Good morning, everyone. Welcome in on this Monday. It's the 14th of December. No, the 15th of December.
Get with it,
man,
baby.
Oh, man. A shortness a day.
Monday the 15th.
Getting closer.
Payday.
December 15th, 2025. It is a very, very cold morning. Indeed, it is. Down around 22 degrees as we speak. But here's the great news. The sun is up, and it's going to be a beautiful day today. 45 for the daytime high, which is a little bit warmer than what we heard late last week. I shouldn't say warmer, but not as cold.
Yeah.
Sunshine on Tuesday, high of 54. That's looking good. And then very nice on Wednesday. We're getting to 60 degrees on Wednesday. And then look out. Some rain coming back into the forecast Thursday, 70% chance of showers and a high of 66.
Whoa.
Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend as we march toward Christmas. We are, 10 days out? 10 days. Oh, my goodness.
Yikes.
It is all over us.
I'm not done. I'm not ready. I'm
No,
not ready.
I'm not done
Can
yet.
we put everything on hold?
Got a few more things done, but I'm not done.
Can we move it back to the 27th this year? I feel like I'd be ready by the 27th. This give me 48 extra hours.
Is that what you need?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I love Christmas. Can I just tell you, every year it rolls around, I'm just like a kid in the candy store.
You say that, but you start
do.
taking
I
down the
love it.
Christmas tree like the next day.
Well, that's not true. But before
Yeah.
New Year's
Yeah.
Eve,
Uh-huh.
because it's bad luck.
No,
It's
not.
bad luck. In my world, it's you can do you and all your 25 trees. I'm doing me, and me is it's bad luck to keep it up past January 1.
Mine stays up until the Epiphany.
Okay.
That'd be January the 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. Like midnight on the 6th. That's when I take it all down.
Why the 6th? What's
That's the Epiphany.
okay? Your epiphany.
I don't think there's a reason for name calling here. Your Epiphany. No, you're two epiphanies.
Your epiphany.
What? What does that even mean?
Oh.
708 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 Alabama Tree Pros. Speaking of trees, these are the guys who come take them down for you. You know, when you start to get into weather like this and that wind, oh my gosh, you can actually end up with a tree down on your property and you're just sitting there looking at it going, guess we're not going to be leaving the house today because that tree is blocking our driveway. That's where Alabama Tree Pros comes in handy. They show up. They can cut that tree up if it's been taken down already. They can grind up the stump. If it hasn't been taken down by the wind, if they can take it down for you, give you a great estimate. It's going to be lower than the other guys. I virtually guarantee it. Plus, licensed, bonded, insured, all that good stuff. And fast, man. They are fast. They will get that job taken care of. They'll get on to the next one. This is what they do. This is all they do. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. Online at alabamatreepros.com. They're the ones I trust. They're the ones you should trust as well.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, we hate to start out a Monday with so much tragedy, but it really was not a very good weekend as far as news goes. Some shocking news coming out of Hollywood yesterday. Late yesterday, we found out that Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Reiner, found dead Sunday at their Brentwood, California home. Police responded to a call. This happened about 3:30 p.m. yesterday. They discovered 2 bodies. The 78-year-old and his 68-year-old wife were stabbed to death. The couple's troubled son, he's an adult, 32 years old, Nick Reiner, is now a person of interest. And that's about all that we know other than maybe some of his background. Nick has battled drug addiction, homelessness in the past, admitting that he was homeless in Maine, New Jersey, and Texas, and has been in rehab more than a dozen times. So we're waiting to get some more information today, but they are seriously looking at Nick Reiner as a possible person of interest in this death of Rob Reiner and his wife.
But he's not in custody, right?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
I don't. The last that I saw was they're not sure where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was in the home and committed this crime, he's probably on the run.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we have right now is, you know, that they're thinking that he could be the person that maybe did this.
Just terrible, given the fact that Rob Reiner was really a genius director. Churned out some of my favorite movies. For me, When Harry Met Sally is the gold standard of rom-coms. There literally has never been, nor will there ever be, a better romantic comedy than When Harry Met Sally.
Great film.
I mean, I adore that film. Of course, The Princess Bride is great on 27 different levels. A Few Good Men, I just watched that again the other day and
Misery.
was astounded.
Yeah, he did Misery. That's a great
so
film.
he did everything. He did
Yeah.
comedy. He did horror. He did rom-coms. This guy, almost everything he touched turned to gold. He was so good behind the camera. And it's just a terrible shame that he's gone. Because at 78, I mean, look,
He's still good.
Clint Eastwood is still directing at 95. I mean, this guy could have turned out some more great stuff.
Yeah, or you could be like Dick Van Dyke and live to be 100.
Possibly.
How about that over the weekend?
Well, Dick
Little
Van
good
Dyke's,
news there.
Dick Van Dyke's son isn't crazy.
Yeah,
That
I
has
don't
something
know.
to do with it.
Ah. All right. Also, this father and son are said to be the two that carried out a horrific attack in Sydney, Australia, that left 15 dead and 40 hospitalized. This was during a Hanukkah celebration. The shooting happened about 6:45 p.m. on Australia's Bondi Beach, where a celebration was being held for the first day of the Jewish holiday by lighting the first candle on the menorah. Police say the attack targeted the Jewish community and is being investigated as an act of terrorism. Police found evidence of multiple improvised explosive devices in a vehicle near the scene of the attack. The suspects had a trove of legally owned guns. Witnesses say that the two men fired from a nearby bridge for some 20 minutes, and that police did a bit of they kind of froze. And the gunman freely reloaded a rifle and handgun, and it took a local Good Samaritan to disarm one of the shooters. And there's video of this now. Just incredible that this man, I mean, he didn't know if he was going to win the battle, and he was able to take the long gun from one of these shooters if he would end up dead. But he did. He was able to get the long gun from him. He turned it on the suspect, but then didn't fire. And I think he was concerned about doing that. But so the 50-year-old father died in the attack. The 24-year-old son is in critical but stable condition. And now we're trying to find out more about these two and why in the world they would do this. I did mention earlier last hour that the Jerusalem Post has reported that one of the gunmen is a Muslim of Pakistani origin, and that these Jewish people on the beach were obviously targeted by these two.
No question.
Yeah.
This was because it was a Hanukkah celebration. It happened in a country that is very strict about their gun control, which pretty much goes to show that if somebody wants to do something like this, they're going to figure out a way to make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and finally, this was there's a number of tragic stories, and I hate to bring it up, but the 3 National Guard soldiers killed in an ambush attack in Syria Saturday. An ISIS gunman opened fire with an automatic weapon, killing 2 soldiers with the Iowa National Guard. An American civilian translator. 3 others were injured in that attack. President Trump has now warned that there will be very serious retaliation following the ambush by that lone gunman. So, and then we had the Brown University attack as well. And we're still trying to get some more details about that, other than that they released the one suspect that they had in custody this morning. So I hate to be the bearer of all this bad news, but it was just a wicked weekend as far as things go.
Really just absolutely terrible. And it is obvious that America's war on terror is not over yet, because this sort of thing is still going on. And you've got, guys in Syria shooting at our troops. They do have that guy in custody, by the way, the person who killed the troops in Syria. Our National Guard people. But it's just astounding to me that all of this violence is erupting left, right, and center. And it won't be long, of course, before people go, see, this is what happens when you have Trump in office. It's like, how does any of this have anything to do with President Trump? It doesn't. Not one bit of this has anything to do with who happens to be the president of the United States right now. Nor does it really have anything to do with guns. I know the left is going to jump on that and go down that road as quickly as humanly possible. This is one of their favorite things to say. It's time to start banning the guns. There are no more guns or fewer guns per capita in the United States than there were in 1950. We didn't have mass shootings in 1950. What happened between then and now? It wasn't the guns. It wasn't the guns. 7:15 with Dixon and Vining. And Work Trucks is downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South. If you are looking for a truck for your business, these are the guys you need to get in touch with, for the very simple reason that they have got the best in the business. James Runyon, the guy who helped me and facilitated my truck this past weekend, was just so wonderful and so nice to me. And they really know their stuff. They've got over 100 vehicles on the lot right now at any given time. and they're kind of moving some of them through because they're sending some down to Mobile, and they want to make sure that those get there and their Mobile lot stays stocked up properly. But also, they've got crane bodies and lift gates, and they've got, utility body trucks and flatbeds, big trucks, small trucks, everything in between. It's all right there at 2324 3rd Avenue South, or online at worktruckswithanx.LLC.com. When it comes to getting a truck for your business, Work Trucks is the place you need to go. WorkTrucksLLC.com, or downtown 2324 3rd Avenue South, where they are all about trucks. $7:20. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. Carrie Adams, I know you don't do this on a regular basis, but can I make one little request, one tiny little request of you, my friend?
Absolutely.
Any chance we could get some Christmas bumper music in here?
Nope, sorry, no Christmas.
All right.
Absolutely, I will do that.
All right. Doesn't have to be
No
all
problem.
Christmas, just, a couple songs an hour would be nice. That's where Steve would be right now. He'd be at the 2 songs an hour. And then next week, during the Monday and Tuesday that we're here, he would go 3 songs an hour, full on Christmas music.
That's good.
The goal is to just not wear it out, unlike some radio stations in town.
And speaking of that, just a programming note, on the 24th and 25th, it's all Mannheim Steamroller.
Oh, yeah.
We do that every year. So Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, you can flip us on and enjoy that. And each year they kind of re-up it and do different things.
Kick back with the fam, enjoy a little Mannheim.
Mannheim is wonderful to listen to. Also wonderful to listen to is these guys on the weekend, Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group from 2 to 3 on Saturday and Sunday. If you have ever caught their show, there's always great advice and information about financial planning, and that's what Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group do. They put together customized plans for things that, maybe we don't necessarily have our eyes on every day, but they do. Where to invest your money. Health insurance, things you need to consider as you begin to want to retire down the road. What's your plans? What are your aspirations? You got to talk about kids and college and money here and money there and taxes, and just there's a lot that goes into it. Social Security, of course. Let Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group customize a plan for you so you don't have to worry about it. Now, occasionally you might want to get with them, maybe adjust some things because some things change in your life. They have no problem with that. And you don't have to have a certain amount of money before they talk with you. That's not how they operate. They actually enjoy working with young people that are just starting out as much as they do with those that maybe have some investments, because they know the younger folks, they got a longer way to go to really get that money growing in a way that they can retire and really enjoy their retirement with whatever it is that they want to do. So get in touch with the Knowles Group today. Knowles. TheKnowlesGroup.com. That is TheKnowlesGroup.com.
McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski recently shared some blunt career advice and warned viewers it may hurt your feelings.
What?
Mm-hmm. In a video posted to his Instagram account earlier this week titled Tough Love with the McDonald's CEO, Kempczynski encouraged people to take full ownership of their professional journeys rather than waiting for others to open doors for them. The advice I would give is, remember, nobody cares about your career as much as you do.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So this idea that there's
and
somebody
maybe your
out
mom,
there,
your mom cares about your career.
Yeah. This idea that there's somebody out there who's looking out for you, who's going to make sure that you get that opportunity, who puts you in the right thing, great if it happens, but at the end of the day, nobody cares more about your career than you do. I find it weird that you actually have to say that out loud, but I guess you do. I remember when my daughter was looking for jobs in radio. She wanted to do this for a while. I don't know what happened to that plan, but anyway, she applied to a lot of different places, and she would say, "Now I can work part-time during these hours at this," and I'm just like, you cannot do that.
Doesn't work.
You have to say, I will make myself available at all times.
When do you need me?
Whenever you need me, I'll be there. And she's like, well, there's one girl, she called me back and said she couldn't. She liked what I sent over, but she needed me to this, that, and the other thing. I guess she just doesn't care. I'm like, no, she doesn't. I said, she doesn't, honey. That's the reality of the situation.
Right.
She needs a job filled.
Right.
She's not concerned about you. She's not concerned about your career. She's not concerned about the hours you can or can't work. She's concerned about filling a slot in her roster that needs to be filled.
And that's what the employee needs to remember.
Yeah.
That it's not even if you get the job, it's not your job.
No.
You're working for them and you're filling the need that they need filled. And that's it. That's the end of the, and if you don't get that at a young age and you think, well, it's all about my feelings, I don't understand why I can't work 3 days a week instead of 5 days a week or 6 days a week. It doesn't work that way. It's not about you. Those are the people that think that, we spend all this time thinking about them and their situation. And when you own a business like what we're in, it's not about us. It's about the company.
Yeah. I think there's another piece of advice that could be given to people who are just getting into the job market now, and that is you're not going to start at the top. You're not going to start even near the top. You're going to start, if you're lucky, you might start in the middle, and that would be because you're extraordinarily talented at what you do. But for the most part, you're going to start much nearer the bottom,
And work your way up.
That's
how it works.
Exactly. The great thing about this industry, and I think it's true of many, many other industries, is if you have the work ethic, if you understand the concept of showing up early rather than on time, working actually focused while you're there, going the extra mile, putting in the extra whatever, make yourself not indispensable. You can't do that, because if you make yourself indispensable, you're also unpromotable. Because then it's like, well, we can't move Richard up.
Yeah,
He's
because
the
we
only
need
person
him
who
there.
knows this. Exactly.
Right.
He's the only person who knows how to do all this stuff. Don't make yourself indispensable, but make them understand and realize this is a good worker. This is a guy we'd really prefer not to lose. You can learn almost every other aspect of the job. You can learn how to do this job or what Carrie is doing in there. You can learn how to flip burgers. You can learn how to be a waiter or a waitress. You can learn how to roll silverware. You can even learn how to be a chef by starting off at the bottom and being nothing and watching and learning and going and doing and being, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But without that work ethic, you got nothing, because
That's true.
nobody's going to want to spend any amount of time training somebody who can't show up on time, who always has an excuse.
Yeah, we could write a book, Richard, and I'm sure many of you listening right now could probably write a book too. One of the other things that we've learned in our industry, and I'm sure it holds true for many other jobs, be flexible.
Oh, yeah.
Be very flexible. You don't say, no, this is my job and this is what I'm going to do. They may ask you to start to do something different. Add another job. Be flexible.
Yeah.
If you're not flexible, you're inflexible, they'll find a way to get rid of you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many times have we had to kind of reinvent and do things differently? We're doing it right now, YouTube TV. It's like, you're constantly evolving. If you're stagnant like that, you're really not growing. So every time your company asks you to do something that might be a little out of your comfort zone, be flexible. Don't worry about it. Go for it.
We are always taught that, by the way, in broadcasting school.
Yeah.
If somebody asks, can you do this? Yes. The answer is
yeah,
always
always
yes.
yes.
It's like, yeah, absolutely. Even if you've never done it before, show up and figure it out. If you're bad at it, they'll never ask you to do it again. I found that out when I did play-by-play one year. I was really bad at it, and they were like, you don't need to do that. I'm like, you're right. I don't, but I gave it a shot.
Right.
I tried. I gave it my best shot. I worked with a guy once. He was middays. I was mornings. And technically, I was his boss, but I didn't really like the boss role that much, and, that's why you're the boss now. Anyway, we would occasionally be short a guy. Like sometimes we hadn't hired somebody yet or whatever. So I generally worked 6 to 10, and he worked 10 to 2, and then we had somebody in from 2 to 6, and we had, 6 to midnight and on through the rest of the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When we were short a person, I would go 6 to noon, and he would work noon to 6 just to fill in for the missing, the gap person, right?
Right.
So I called him up one day, and I said, listen, Bradley, I'm really sorry about this, but you're going to have to do the noon to 6 thing. I'm going to be here till noon. He said, no, I'm not going to do it. I said, really? He goes, no, my hours are 10 to 2, and that's all I'm going to work from now on. I'm not doing this anymore. I said, oh, okay. And I hung up, and I went to the boss, who was the owner-operator. I said, hey, Mr. Russell, Bradley's not going to do it. He just told me flat out, no, he's not doing it. He goes, really? Give me his phone number. I want to give him a call.
Oh.
Bradley was there at noon, and he was there until 6. I think he was told in no uncertain terms, you can either do this or you cannot work here anymore. Those are your two options. Let me give you a couple of options. Do this or be unemployed. How about that?
I know which one you would choose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the joy of working in an at-will state, where they can just go, I know you got a contract and everything, but we don't really need you here anymore. So thanks for all the wonderful work you've done. Get out.
And there it is, folks. Your lesson this morning on how to get a job and keep a job.
Well,
Work your way up. Don't say no.
I think the CEO of McDonald's was right on the money, though.
He
And
was.
like I said, it's just distressing to me that we actually have to tell kids that nowadays. If you're waiting for somebody else to take control of your career and make you successful, you're doing it wrong.
You're doomed is what you are. You're
man.
doomed.
7:30, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. You like sausage?
Love sausage.
Well,
Come
I happen
on
to
now.
have 14 sausage brands ranked from
Woohoo.
worst to best. Well, according to one former pundit on MSNBC, Joy Reid, this is a racist song. It's racist.
You know, if you really wanted to, you could take 80% of the songs and say, find something in it you think.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Completely racist. That, by the way, is the Bing Crosby Andrews Sisters arrangement that is being done by, is that Michael Bublé? Okay, good. Got it. 7:35, 7:36, Dixon of Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com.
Well, I happened to be in the area of Birmingham Broker late last week, and I stopped in, and I hugged Keith's neck while he was on the phone with a customer, and I said, I'll come back in a minute. Craig was there. Got to talk with him for a couple of minutes, and these are good people. They're good friends to Talk 99.5, and here's the thing. They are a business that has been with us since day one, and we truly believe in the service that they provide and selling your used car and making sure that you don't feel like you've been taken. That happens all the time. People describe that when they trade in a car or they try to sell their own vehicle, which is a bit of a hassle. It's nice to know Birmingham Broker and Craig and Keith, because you can trust that they are going to give you a price. You know what the number is. They go, here's the price we think we can get your car. And they try to price it not only to sell it as quickly as possible, but also you don't want it just sitting there for weeks and weeks and weeks. And if you price it too high, it's going to be more difficult to find a buyer. So there's that happy, sweet spot there. That's what they're so good at figuring out, so that you get the money you deserved out of that used vehicle, that truck, the SUV, the classic car you've got, whatever vehicle you may have. Get on downtown and see Craig and Keith and introduce yourselves to these really great guys. 2224 4th Avenue South. That is where they are located. You can pull right up in the bay. Craig's done a whole bunch of new things, repainting. He's doing some stuff on Facebook. Check him out there. Go to BHAMBroker.com. When you have a used car you're ready to sell, this is the best way to sell it. BHAMBroker.com, BHAMBroker.com.
All right, let's talk sausage, shall we?
Let's do it.
I'm a big fan of sausage. Used to have a Link sausage every single morning, every Christmas morning. My mother-in-law would take this sausage and braise it in the oven and break it out and serve it along with creamed eggs and puff pastry and a variety of other treats that were basically served only on Christmas Day. It was a big involved process, which I found a bit tedious. Now, for breakfast, it's Captain Crunch so that I can get right to the presents, I don't want to waste a lot of time.
And then your whole mouth is all torn up.
No, because I only had the one bowl.
Oh,
you got to get to 3 bowls before it starts really tearing up your mouth.
Wow, or a very large one.
One very large one.
Like, could I have that mixing bowl, please, with some Captain Crunch and some milk?
Well, that is the trick, of course, is making sure that the milk and the cereal measure out properly.
Right.
Oh, too much milk. I better add some more cereal. Oh, no, I do. Too much cereal. A little more milk. Next thing you know, you've eaten half a box. 14 sausage brands ranked from worst to best. Number 14 is Hillshire Farm.
They're usually pretty solid, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hillshire?
They're not saying they're bad. They're just saying out of the 14 that they tested, this was last. This one came in. I like Hillshire Farms, Polska Kielbasa. It's A-OK, but I know for a fact that there are better brands out there. If this is on sale, I'll buy it, and have done so in the past. This one I've never heard of. Amy Lou, roasted garlic and Asiago.
Yeah, it's kind of, maybe it should be 14, not 13.
I was going to say, I have no earthly idea where you would even go looking for this.
Right.
Sprouts, caramelized sweet onion chicken sausage.
Oh, that sounds pretty good, actually.
I could go with caramelized sweet onions, absolutely. I'm not so sure about the chicken sausage, but okay.
I've had chicken sausage. It's not bad if you're trying to kind of watch the calorie and, some other things in it.
Kielbasa smoked meats.
Not familiar with
Coming
this.
in at number 11. Never heard of them.
I haven't
know
either.
Nothing about it, but they've got a roasted garlic sausage that apparently is good enough to come in at number 11. All righty. How about Eckrich? You know this one.
Yeah.
Eckrich sausage. Eckrich Farms. Polska Kielbasa coming in at number 10. I've had it. I don't dislike it, but frankly, I like Hillshire Farms a little better. So, whatever. Applegate. I've heard of this.
Very good. I've had this. Very good.
This is spinach and feta.
I like that they're kind of infusing sausages with different,
Sure.
spices and
Yeah.
cheeses and different things.
That's sort of the whole point of
Yeah.
sausage, is that you can put other things in there. I don't like fennel in there, but I've had it.
Yeah.
But you can stick a lot of stuff in there, and then you shove it into the casing, and it all is sort of stuck together, blended together, and quite delicious. Here we have Teton
jalapeno cheddar.
Water
Bratwurst.
Ranch.
Mm.
That is a brat, isn't it?
Is it?
Okay.
I guess.
I don't think I've ever tried this.
Mm-mm. Jalapeno cheddar.
100% grass-fed and pasture-raised beef. Okay, I can see how that would be good. Yeah, I can see that. Smithfield Premium
That's
Sausage.
well known here.
It is indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. They're talking about the kind of a breakfast sausage, just cutting the patty out here. The old ground sausage, and oily and Splattersville with plenty of excess fat to go around. You really have to have good
Fat in it.
fat in it
If
to
you're
make
gonna
it work.
if you're gonna eat a sausage like that, you've got to have that for flavoring.
They got Johnsonville coming in at number 6.
Love Johnsonville.
Better cheddar
Mm-hmm.
brats. This is not like the kind that you find in the package with this cellophane over the top. This is actually more like hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You'd find this in the hot dog section. I've had it. It's good.
It's good. Yeah,
not,
I like it.
Not bad. I don't know that it's better than a lot of the ones they've put behind it. Adele's Cajun style andouille.
I've had these. Pretty good.
Man, I love andouille
Mm-hmm.
sausage. I love it. Jimmy Dean
Another well known here in the South.
coming in at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Not too shabby. Premium ground pork sausage. Coming in at number 3 is Trader Joe's. I told you about my trip to Trader Joe's. I was very disappointed.
Give it another try, Richard. Don't give up.
There wasn't anything there that I wanted. That was the amazing thing. I walked around the entire place. I'm like,
You got to dig just a little bit. You got to look.
Mm.
They're really unique and different. You're not going to find at other grocery stores.
You're going to love number 2,
Yes.
Conecuh.
Yeah.
Conecuh
Well known
hickory
here.
smoked sausage. This is, for my money, the best sausage anywhere, anytime. I love Conecuh sausage.
You know what?
That is,
If you don't like Conecuh, you don't like Alabama.
I agree. This is, by the way, the sausage that my mother-in-law would cook up every single Christmas morning. And, man, we would go at it like Wolverines. I mean, it was just crazy because it's so delicious. And that was the one thing that you could be sure was going to be eaten in its entirety by the time the morning was over. And coming in at number 1 is something I probably will never try, never have, and I don't think I will, the Fresh Market sausage.
Oh.
Fresh Market has always existed as a kind of a forbidden paradise for budget shoppers who also happen to appreciate gourmet ingredients. While I'm willing to splurge, I'm never disappointed by the grocery store's collection of tender baked goods, dazzling cheese options, and downright cornucopia of fancy canned fish. Another shiny element of the chain, the butcher counter, where workers diligently turn out fresh sausage with old-school panache. I selected the classic Italian sausage, mild, not hot, paying $3.31 per link. What?
Oh.
Yes.
That's a little
like
pricey.
everything else in the store,
It's a
this
little
comes at
pricey.
a premium cost. That's why I'm never going
Yeah, there was a Fresh Market on 280, and they closed, and I really
Yeah.
missed that place
Yeah.
because they did the butcher area and the steaks and the fish and everything they had back there were really good.
I walked through there one time and found it quite intriguing, and I kept thinking, well, I'm going to have to get back over here. Never did.
It's just a little
Never-
pricey.
yeah.
But, that's what you're paying for, things like this.
Exactly.
The
But they
butcher's
get-
putting this together.
You're not paying for it anymore because they
Nope,
closed.
they're not there anymore.
Is there not a single other one?
I don't know. If there is, I don't know where it's at because that was the only one that I knew of.
That's
over
the only
on
one I knew
280.
of as well. I know of Sprouts. There's Sprouts everywhere.
Yeah,
Well, not
there's-
everywhere, but there's several
There's,
Sprouts
yeah,
out
there's
there.
a number of them.
Okay. Anyway, there you go. For my money, Conecuh is number 1, always will be. They got a variety of different options. There's a Conecuh store down in Conecuh County, which is a place I've never stopped. But one day on the way to the beach, I'm going to.
We should take that
I
exit.
promise you, I'm going to get in there and try some of the good stuff that they have laying around.
Absolutely.
Apparently, it is well thought of and much appreciated by the folks who go there. Sausage, there you go. Everything you need to know for Christmas for sausage. It's Dixon and Vining. How about a Christmas miracle on Shark Tank for an Alabama company?
Hey, that's pretty neat, isn't it?
Give you the
Huh?
details coming
Yeah.
up in a moment. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Thanks for hanging out with us on this fine Monday morning. It is cold out there right now, and it ain't going to get a whole lot warmer. 45. Carrie, don't forget to flip the switch that puts us on television over here. We're now TV stars, in case you hadn't heard.
Not hardly.
Yeah, boy.
Good morning, everyone.
You can go to YouTube and just look up Talk 99.5 TV.
Real Talk 99.5 TV.
It'll take you right there.
Yep. Real Talk.
Yep, Real Talk. And yeah, you can watch our radio shows, which is counterintuitive, I guess, but it's where the industry is going
digital.
Right now.
We're going digital.
Oh, this is where the industry is going. This is more people. Well, let's put it this way. When I want to hear a great song and I'm thinking of it and I'm like Delamitri there, I think, I would like to hear that song. You know what I do? I go to YouTube and I look it up and I play it off of YouTube. I've got the premium membership, and that is like my number one way of listening to music now outside of my own iPod. Mm-hmm. That's just the way things are done. If I want to catch a great stand-up comic, I can go there, and I mean, this is now the way of the world. And if you're old, you better get used to it, because this is what's happening.
And one of the things that everybody keeps commenting on, and again, we're still working out a couple of little kinks, but it's whenever you and I look at each other and we're talking, it's backwards. So it looks like I'm looking like our backs are to one another when I'm talking.
Well, when I look to the right, the camera has me looking to the right. And unfortunately, that has me looking away from you. So we may have to
fix that.
Flip
we're
those
working on
screens or something. We'll get it. This is what we call a soft opening. Yeah.
So you're a part of the restaurant. Now, we only have a few things on the menu, so don't tell me that you need, the extra steak or whatever. The only thing we have tonight is ground beef and a salad, and that's what you're going to get. And you will like it.
Ray points out that Richard has a great face for radio. I cannot argue with you.
Oh.
As faces go, this one is perfect for radio. Conecuh sausage is a go-to grill favorite to slow cook in the smoker and eat with a side of browned onions. Oh, yeah. I will do Conecuh sausage any number of ways, and it is wonderful. Okay, there's a fresh market by Target in Homewood. That would be the one that is right there by what used to be Brookwood Mall, right?
Yeah.
Makes some excellent Irish bangers as sausages go.
Right next to Target.
Bangers and mash. Okay, that's lovely. We'll get right over there.
Target.
Let's see. There's a fresh market. Yeah, okay, a lot of people are letting us know about that. We appreciate it. Thank you kindly.
I guess we haven't been paying attention.
I didn't know. I never make it over there. That's not my neck of the woods, man. I did go in that Target once. I didn't know it was a 2-story Target.
Isn't that cool? That's kind of cool.
Weird.
The layout. You park underneath and ride the escalator up.
And the carts have their own little escalator.
I love that.
Get them up and down.
That's kind of fun.
Very strange.
Yeah, and they don't charge you a quarter for that cart either, by the way.
Well, wow. You're picking on Aldi?
No, I would never do that.
I'm going to pick on my Aldi.
It's like, come on.
Pronounced kielbasa, says Chris Watt. Yeah, not in my household. Poles say kielbasa, and I've been eating kielbasa since I was a child. And that's the way we say it in the Midwest.
Good stuff.
Gene says, have you forgotten that Reiner, like De Niro, would scream at conservatives and how he hated Trump? No, and I don't care, Gene. If anybody has listened to this program for any amount of time, you know that I will never let a man's politics get in the way of his art. I don't care that he hated conservatives. I care that the man made a mountain of fantastic, very entertaining movies that were extremely successful.
And that somebody has taken his life.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Unnecessarily, and that's
a
terrible.
Horrible situation.
Again, politically, it doesn't matter. He's a human being, and he was a, fantastic producer and actor, and, why in the world somebody would do this? Politics aside, I mean, do we not have a heart and a soul here?
He definitely suffered from TDS. There's very little question. By the way, did you hear about this? Rosie O'Donnell, who is now over in Ireland, she went to a therapist because she was so obsessed with Trump. This is not a joke. It sounds like the start of a joke, right? Rosie O'Donnell walked into a psychiatrist's office. And the therapist said, you have to figure out a way to stop thinking about him. He's not affecting your life right now. You're in Ireland. Your kids are here. Your life is here. There's no reason in the world for him to be dictating anything with you. So anytime you find your thoughts drifting in that direction, change the tune. You have to get off of it and move your brain in a different direction.
I think it's so sad that it took a therapist to tell her that.
Here's the interesting part of it.
No.
He said, do this for 2 days. Do this for 2 solid days. She said, I lasted 2 hours. And you go,
she is obsessed with Trump.
I mean,
she is.
I kid you not. I feel sorry for her. She has a mental illness. She really is mentally unwell.
Here's the thing. You have a therapist. Your therapist is saying, shut it off. Turn it off. If it's social media or something that's driving you crazy, if it's TV, turn it all off. Mm-hmm. Shut it down. Put it down.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Think
right.
of something
This
else.
is the same thing. It's like walk away from it. Why are you letting Donald Trump be in one iota of your brain?
Yep.
You're doing this to yourself,
This is the
Rosie.
very definition of living rent-free in someone's head.
It truly is.
And you're like, wow, okay.
And it's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because she picked up her whole family and moved out of the country to prove a point. And now she's
she still can't stop thinking about it.
Moving didn't do a thing for Rosie.
By the way, I did follow Rob Reiner on X, and I looked at his posts and whatnot, and yes, they were very anti-Trump and whatnot. I never bothered to respond to them. I just, I like to see what the other side is thinking and where their head is. And I saw that, and I was aware of that. And all I could think of was, this guy's a brilliant director. This guy gave us Spinal Tap. That alone makes up for a multitude of sins. Amanda says, Richard, what are creamed eggs? Another way to say scrambled? No. They actually involve heavy cream, and you actually you don't crack the eggs, or you crack the eggs, but you don't mix them in. Okay, so you are cooking them in like muffin tins, and they come out delicious is the word we're looking for. I can't explain exactly how it was done. All I know is that it was done, and
you loved it.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
And because we only got them once a year on Christmas morning, they were very special. You know.
I have a breakfast casserole that now I do it probably more than once a year, but for years has only been served on Christmas morning.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas morning is the special breakfast casserole. It has lots of bacon in it.
Man.
It's really not good for you, but
right.
it's really yummy.
I'll be at your house this Christmas.
Come on.
It's going to be good.
You'll smell it a mile away.
An Alabama company just picked up $250,000 off of Shark Tank.
Congratulations.
It's a Christmas miracle. The Christmas Carolers, an entertainment company based in Alabama, managed to work out a deal where they got $250,000 and had to give up a little portion of the company. Of course, that is the way it works. But this is interesting. It features a cappella singers in Victorian-style costumes warbling Christmas tunes in a merry manner. They also have Ebenezer Scrooge on hand, adding a classic Bah Humbug. They're in 14 cities right now. And Kenyon Ross, the guy who started the thing, along with head elf Jessica Harris, he wanted to see if he could expand to 50 cities.
Why not?
This isn't even what he does for a living. He has an actual job. This was a little side thing that he put together.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if you have an office party,
they can go and
you bring
perform.
these guys $700 an hour. If you want carolers there singing a cappella.
Now that they've been on Shark Tank, they need to be asking $7,000 an hour.
$7,000 an hour, you think?
Somebody might pay it. There's plenty of businesses would pay it.
You only need one job.
Right.
$7,000. You get one job over Christmas. You're like, look at that, we're done. Beautiful. Anyway, good for them. I hope that they managed to make it work. That the owner, by the way, has he admitted, I haven't taken a salary from this thing ever. He keeps reinvesting the money back into the company so that he could expand and expand and expand. All right, imagine if they go nationwide. That'd be kind of cool.
Then it might turn into his full-time job.
An Alabama company.
Yeah.
Now, again, it's only around Christmas time, which is part of the problem.
Well, pick some more holidays,
right,
and do something similar.
Start learning some Valentine's
Easter,
carols.
Valentine's.
Let's pick up a
birthday.
Here comes Peter Cottontail. You got to learn that song.
Oh no, you could do this year round.
Yeah, come on. Actually, the Loose Change, Scott Michaels' group, they're a barbershop quartet. They used to go out every Valentine's and sing. They'd do singing telegrams.
I
basically.
remember that.
Yeah, and they got paid pretty well for it, as I recall. And they advertised with us, which was cool. But yeah, I mean, that's obviously something that you could do. You don't have to necessarily sing a Valentine-specific song. Almost any love song would do.
Yeah, and there's plenty of those out there.
Not
you
sure
could do an hour's worth of those songs.
Or just one. Just travel to someone's business, show up with a dozen roses, sing them the song, give them the roses, and collect the money,
Nice.
Then go on to the next place.
Well, you're giving some people a job idea. If you can sing or play an instrument,
Hey,
here you go.
are you listening, John Bird? Singing telegrams.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Go for it.
People are always looking for something, a little creative, a little different to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's birthday or anniversary, surely somebody really could make a living doing that.
This
just
is
locally.
a classic Gabe Kaplan joke. He said, old woman answers the door, and there's a guy there with a telegram. He says, I have a telegram for you. She said, is it a singing telegram? He said, no, it's just a regular telegram. She said, I've always wanted a singing telegram. Can you do a singing telegram for me? He said, all right, I'll give it a shot. She's like, I'm very old. I really would. All right, I'll give it a shot. Your sister Rose is dead. She died asleep in bed. Yeah, she was 88, and she was really great, but now your sister Rose is dead. Be careful what you wish for.
Uh-huh. I could, after that, yes.
8 o'clock our time. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. We'll share the bad news over the weekend with you. Coming up next, a lot of bad stuff took place. We're going to try to, there's no putting a good spin on it,
No way to do it.
There's just not anything positive that you can say about it, but it is the news, and that's what we truck in here. So we'll give you that, and then maybe during the rest of the hour, we'll see if we can't keep it a little more upbeat. It is Christmas, after all.